Hey there, everybody. Welcome back. I've got a fun episode for us today, and actually something I'm very, very excited about. I don't know a whole lot about it yet, but I've become aware of a new hacking certification that's available out there for us to get out there and take and get. It is available. You can go get it as of today, the filming of this episode, which is right now in the middle of the front of May of 2021. Now, what are you talking about, right? What do you mean? There's a new hacking cert. I got to know about this. Yes, we're going to get to that in just a second. I just wanted to make sure that you understand that if you want to keep seeing stuff just like this, make sure that you hit the old subscribe button, like, share, and comments, right? Comments are where it's at because I like engaging with you good folks out there. Now, that said, let's get back to this idea of a new hacking certification. Tell me you're not just drooling with anticipation. You're like, oh man, ain't nothing better than a new hacking cert. That's right. You pop the top of it and you smell that new cert smell. Ah, yes, it is amazing. So let's jump over here to my computer screen. This is the website. This is tcm-sec.com. And what's cool about this is they're actually a security company, right? And this is run by a guy named Heath Adams. And I've had some interaction with this good man from time to time. Super nice guy. And I've really enjoyed what he's doing. And I really like where he's going with his certification, at least preliminarily. What I've seen so far, everything points to this is awesome. This is going to be awesome. So if you're looking for a new certification, we'll talk pros and cons about certifications here in just a moment, because obviously it's not the only thing available, right? You gotta figure out where's the best place for me to put my money when it comes to certifications. I totally get that. I understand that. I am a technical trainer. I train in a lot of this stuff to help people get certifications. So I want to make sure I'm pointing you guys into a great direction. And girls, I'm not leaving anybody out there. I mean that generally, right? So how do we get there? So I'm at tcm-sec.com. And what you can do is go to this area right here. It says certifications. How about that? So you click on that. And like I said, what's really cool is this is like a pen testing security firm. And this person has been a pen tester, ethical hacker for quite some time, been doing that in the business, knows what it takes to be a pen tester, and is now what looks to be applying that skill toward others for certification, right? So here we are, TCM Security certifications. Learn to hack, then prove it. So there is some training involved. I'm not going to get into that because that would be a bit of a conflict of interest for me. So I'll leave the training part to you to go check out if you're interested in that. But I am interested in this certification. So it's designed to be practical, right? And then training and certifications, right, they help level up your hacker skills without teaching you fluff or burning a hole in your bank account. I totally understand that mentality. I do the exact same thing, right? So stop spending hours or thousands in training when you can prove your skill set to HR and hiring managers at the fraction of the cost. Obviously, that's them trying to show you how valuable they believe their certification to be. I totally get that. I think it's a great thing. And like I said, from what I've seen preliminarily, this is actually a pretty awesome cert. So I wanted to get a little closer. Like, let's take a look at those details. So I'm kind of drilling down here. I went to the exam button. If you didn't see that, I kind of clicked back here. I just got this Get Certified button right around this area. Clicked on that, and that takes us here to this. And this is the actual certification, which is called Certified Practical Ethical Hacker. I like that, right? Practical ethical hacker, not just, I know a thing or two about hacking, I understand some concepts, but it's practical. I can use this, I have those skills, and I've proved it. That's the idea, right? Because it says the CPEH exam is a one-of-a-kind ethical hacking certification exam that assesses a student's ability to perform a network penetration test at, and this is the kicker, at a professional level, right? That's where I get like, oh man, I know I don't have time to get ready for certs and take certs right now because I'm doing stuff and I got a lot of irons in the fire, but I really want to take some time, and as soon as I get a little bit of time carved away, I'm totally going to want to take this exam. All right, so you can get the standalone exam or exam with training. So it depends on where you're at. So as a person like me, maybe I might just take the exam. But if you're starting from ground zero, I guess they got some training for you. All right, about the CPEH exam, this is what is really what I'm here to see. This is what I want to find out, and this is where, like, you're coming along with me. I'm going to learn about this. Again, we've seen some good stuff so far. Well, I like what I'm hearing, but I want those details. The devil is in those details. So let's drill down in here. The CPEH exam is a one-of-a-kind ethical hacking certification exam that assesses a student's ability to perform an external, oh, that's cool, external and internal network penetration test at a professional level. We already saw that. Students will have 5 full days. I like how they bolded that. 5 full days to complete the assessment and an additional 2 days to write a professional report. So that is a 7-day exam. That tells me one thing, right? Let's get a little up close and personal here. That tells me one thing right there, that this is not going to be an easy exam. This is going to be, it's going to challenge you. That's what it seems like. If you're giving me 5 days and you're telling me that I'm going to be able to perform at a professional level, well, that sounds exactly like a normal penetration test. When I say normal, that is a very common scope of time for professional penetration tests to be done. And from the way they're wording this and the way they're delivering the details here, it sounds like that's exactly what they want you to do. Here's how we're going to prove that you can do a professional pen test. You're going to do a professional pen test, and that's going to be the exam. That's what I'm thinking here. So let's jump back in here. Let's see what's going on here. So you got 2 days to write the exam report, which is awesome because I'm slow at writing reports. I'm very meticulous in particular, so I'll need those 2 days if I take this exam. In order to receive the certification, a student must perform open source intelligence, or otherwise known as OSINT, to gather intel on how to properly attack the network, just like you would in a real pen test, right? Or an engagement. Leverage their Active Directory exploitation skill sets to perform AV and egress bypassing. So that's going to be fun. So you're going to have to, obviously this is going to be a Windows penetration test because it's talking about Active Directory, which is Windows service. And you're going to have to bypass AV and egress. I assume they meant firewalling. So if I want to exfiltrate data, or if I'm trying to receive a shell, something to that effect, I'm going to have to bypass a firewall that is actively blocking egress. So I'm going to have to know good egress firewall bypass techniques to be able to do that. That's cool. Like, they're kind of telling you the skill set right here in their little write-up to let you know what it's going to take to pass this. Also, lateral and vertical network movements, right? So I gain access to one machine, and now I've got to go sideways. Means maybe I'm going to find other desktop hosts, and then I want to try to make my way up into the server levels. Maybe there's a DMZ. I don't know, but that does sound pretty cool because you're working through a network, not just, hey, here's a host. It's a one-off machine. You attack the host. This is a built network that kind of works together. All right, and ultimately compromise the exam domain controller. Right, so there we go. You're trying to get DA or domain ad creds and gain access to the domain controller. This is where this is the main, the main juice when it comes to a Windows network. All right, and then we provide a detailed, professionally written report. That's not uncommon with a lot of practical exams today. Perform a live 15-minute report debrief in front of our assessors, comprised of all senior penetration testers. Now that right there, oh my goodness, right? So where's my mouse? Come over here, mouse. That right there is probably going to ice down a lot of people, right? Because it's not just about the tickety, tappity, tappity, right? You have to speak. You have to get in front of people and say, this is how I did it, right? You're going to deliver just like you would in a real penetration test. This excites me. This is a big deal, right? I don't know of any other certification that has that specific module in it to where not only are you going to do some technical stuff, but you also have to deliver the goods when it comes to those soft skills, those administrative skills that are a part of the job, right? Now, I'm not a pen tester, right? I don't do pen testing for a living. I train. I'm a trainer. I teach the techniques and tactics, but I also talk about these specific types of things in my courses, right? Because it's very relevant to be able to scope out a job and statements of work, and not only that, but the get out of jail free card and things of that nature. All the normal administrative functionality. You got to get all the different contacts names out if anything goes wrong, if you find something, or if you have a problem, who do you get in contact with? And then, of course, at the end of an actual engagement, you'll have to deliver this to technical people and non-technical people, usually, to say, here's what we did. This is typically what they're paying for. That's what they want. Where was our problems and how can we fix them, right? So this part right here this might separate the lions from lambs right there, honestly, because that's hard for a lot of people to be able to stand in front of people and publicly speak for 15 minutes in a debrief. Now, I doubt highly that they're all about, trying to like ice you down and make you fail, but they definitely have set themselves at a different area. They've got something unique that others don't have, and it's very relevant to the actual exam, or not the exam, but the job, right? So the fact that that's in the exam. All right, so we got choose from one of two options. So here's pricing, right? So this is what we're talking about here. Now, what's the do-re-mi looking like here? So if I just want to take the exam, standalone exam right here, or it's $299, so $300. $300 to take the exam. That's extremely competitive, honestly. When you think of something like, OSCP or EJPT or ECPPT from, the eLearn security stuff, and you got the offensive security stuff. They look to be, I think EJPT is now like $200. So they're a little above that, but they're definitely below OSCP, at least the last time I checked. And you think of things like CEH, $1,200, I think $900 to $1,200, depending. I'm pretty sure a lot of times it ends up being the full $1,200. CompT has got Pen Test Plus. I want to say that runs around $400, right? And again, those are exam prices. And this is the exam. Okay, so so this is what I would be interested in. If you need the training, obviously they got that for $400. So $299 or $399. Let me state what they have here. I don't want to overestimate or underestimate. The standalone exam is perfect for students who are already well versed in OSINT, external penetration testing techniques such as vulnerability scanning, information gathering, password spraying, credential stuffing, and exploitation. Yep. And internal penetration and internal penetration testing techniques. Wow, that's a little more difficult for me to say than I thought it was going to be. But hey, what are you going to do, right? Let's see here. Such as LLM and R poisoning, NTLM relay attacks, Kerber roasting, IPv6 attacks, and more. With this package, students receive 1 exam attempt, right? A lifetime voucher, and 1 free. Okay, right here. This is where I'm just, right? Yes. I'm giving you the hand. This is something I'm seeing more and more often. I have been advocating for this. If you saw me on Network Chuck, I advocated for this. If you saw me, I think I talked about this when I was on David Bomble's podcast. Free retakes. This is a big deal, right? Because you're spending money. You're investing in your future. Don't get me wrong. I think that's great. I think that's right. Right? If you want to get in cybersecurity, that's your passion. You're going to have to spend a little bit of money. Now, people like myself and others out there, they're trying to help you out, right? We're trying to point you toward great resources. They're going to aid you into that for free or for little money. We want to help you out. Like I always say, I'm one beggar trying to show other beggars where to get bread, right? I'm just like you in a lot of ways. I need to find stuff, and I have an endless supply of money myself to throw at this stuff. So, you got to be really pointed in where you spend your money. And the fact that they give you a free retake, this is to be applauded. This is to be something that we need to continue to advocate for everybody, right? Let these vendors know, I need a free retake, right? It really doesn't. I mean, I don't know how much it cost them on the back end. It doesn't seem like it would cost much, but I can't really speak to that. I don't create exams. I don't know what it takes to let a person sit an exam, right? And the research that might take up. But the fact that these good folks and others like them are now offering free retakes along with the exam voucher, it kind of takes that pressure off of us, right? It makes me go, oh, okay, I can, you know what? Maybe I feel like I'm ready. I'm going to get in there. I'm going to give it a shot. And, oh man, I missed the boat. I didn't make it. But you know what? I got another one. And not only that, I figured out, I realized through the exam process where I was weak. Now I can focus on those weaknesses, make them better, and I can go retake the exam when I feel like I'm up to snuff with what I experienced in the exam before. So I stink and love this. My hat's off to you, TCM Sec, for making this a part of your exam. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I think I read somewhere, maybe it was on Heath's LinkedIn page or something, where he was saying, we don't want to be a company that benefits off of people's failures, but off of their successes. And that's awesome. That is super awesome. I like that idea. I think there's certifications in general, taking the process of it, it can definitely feel that way. So the fact that they're being very upfront with the idea that we do not want to be profitable off of you failing things. We want your success to be our success. That is a great philosophy of business right there. All right, let's get back into it. See what else they got to offer us here. All right, so they got some student reviews. Get certified in 3 easy steps. Let's see here. Purchase the exam and register for a time convenient for you. That's nice. Flexible registration process allows students to register in a 24-hour calendar. So basically, they're telling you, hey, whenever's right for you to take this exam, that's when you sign up for this. So that's cool. Then you take the exam. You got 5 full days of access to their own unique exam environment. Very nice. That is. I like seeing that. You know, that's a great, to me, that's a selling point. Not that other exams don't do that as well, but they're seeing that is now becoming the standard, right? And then once finished, students will have an additional 2 days to deliver the professional report. And finally, students will debrief a team of pen testers with their report findings. Excellent. And then you receive your badge and certification. You worked hard, show it off. All exams come with a certificate of completion and a badge. So this is basically like, hey, you get to, flex to your friends on LinkedIn, check it out. And of course, if you're resume building, you get to add this to your resume. It shows up. It's nice. You got certifications. This can be shared by students, verified by employers through Accredible. So they have a verification service that will verify, yes, you took the exam. That is that person. They did pass. They have got the right stuff, as it were. We got a FAQ section here. Does my exam and voucher expire? No, exam vouchers do not expire. So you buy the voucher and they don't expire. You take it when you're ready. Man, why do you keep doing this to me, TCM? You're making me happy all over the place because that's awesome. I bought the thing. I should just be able to sit on it and use it when I'm ready to use the thing. So that's super cool. Does the certification expire? I get this question a lot about other certifications, and some of them do. This one, nope. Once acquired, the certification is lifetime, so it does not expire. At least as of right now. Maybe that changes in the future. You never know. Things evolve, but for right now, certification expire. There's nothing to not expire to, so that makes sense. Does my training expire? So if you're taking training, no, you have access to the training for life. That's kind of cool. Will I receive a digital certification? I think we answered that question up above. Can you use any tools? Oh, this is important. All right, this is a good one. Yes. Right? That's what I'm talking about. Brah. You hear us out there. You know. Lets me know that this isn't some, academic neckbeard out there going, yes, I know exactly how an exam should be delivered. I've got a PhD in whatever it takes to create exam stuff. And, sitting in their lofty ivory tower, disconnected from the every person out there that's trying to do this, that's trying to get out there and get into this stuff. Yes, this exam is a pen test. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, that's right. This exam is a pen test, and all tools are allowed, including LNPs. That's kind of funny, right? That's kind of funny. I'm gonna bring you all in a little close here for this one. So if you don't know, if you are unaware, right, the OSCP kind of, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, I guess, or so now, there was a little bit of a dust up on, I saw the way I was, became aware of the issue with offensive security. Somebody took the exam and said, oh, well, I failed my exam because I used LNPs. LNPs is a Linux privilege escalation script that you can freely go download. It's free. It's actually a really good script. I highly recommend it. It's awesome. If you've been following us, we've actually been building our own, in my channel here, our own Linux privilege escalation script to do some cool functionality and some things that are very similar to what goes on in LNPs. But what happened was they used LNPs, and because LNPs has kind of like this auto-pwn functionality where if it can find some vulnerabilities and sees that they are exploitable through known POC and it has access to that POC, it will, or techniques or whatever it is, it will actually attempt to exploit the vulnerabilities that it finds for privilege escalation. And I guess because that was there and that is an option, I don't know if that person actually used that functionality or not, but the fact that they used LNPs, they failed the exam. They said used an unauthorized tool on our exam. That's, anybody that's been down the OSCP path, they know that they have a very tight control over what you can and cannot use. And it's kind of ambiguous in a lot of ways sometimes. A lot of people are like, can I use this? Can I not use this? And you might go, well, I'm just not going to use that because I don't know. I hate to use it and fail. Here, we got them telling us right there, this exam is a pen test. All tools are allowed. And of course, the little dig there. I say a dig. Maybe it's not a dig. It's just like, hey, if you're worried about something like that happening to you here, that's not a problem. You can use LNPs. So I do know that LNPs, I think that they made that functionality optional or something like that. And there was a very quick change to OSCP policy and from offensive security. And they kind of make a change there. I think you're allowed to use LNPs now. Verify that. This is all, that part right there is very much hearsay. So if you're going to take the exam and go, well, Daniel said, LNPs is usable and I failed. No, I don't know. Always verify with your vendor what is allowed and what is not allowed before you use the tool, and don't blame me for using the tool and you didn't verify whether or not you could. I'm just telling you what I heard, right? Again, beggar, here's bread. Go get it. So including LNPs, I love this. Saw this as well with eLearn Security. I think they have that kind of policy as well. So kind of the same mindset there. How long is the exam? We saw that 5 days and 2 days for writing the report. How does it compare to other certifications? That's interesting. In short, it really doesn't, they say. The exam was designed because the industry is lacking in practical certifications. That's true. It's not a lot of practical certifications. There's a few out there. Some of them are very well known. Going back to their writing up, quote, some certifications are multiple choice and do not test a student's technical skills. Yeah, that's valid. Other exams are hands-on, but are not realistic in the time allotment or attack methodology. It's an argument to be made there, I guess. This exam replicates, definitely with certain exams. I'm not going to name names there, but this exam replicates a true pen test in both attack methodology and the amount of time permitted to perform the test. And then we talked about that, right? This is definitely parroting what I know from my experience and from actual pen testers that I know and have talked to, that this is very similar, if not in parity with an actual pen test, right? Ooh, how difficult is the exam? Easy peasy, right? I'm sure it's nothing to it. Yeah, we all go in there and I don't, again, this is me joking. It's called jokes, folks. Laugh because they're funny. Everyone is different. However, we believe that if you're a beginner, the exam will be very difficult. And we strongly recommend that you purchase the associated training. I just realized you might not be able to see all this. Let me Control plus this. There we go. Gives you a little bit bigger screen there. If you are a junior pen tester, This exam will be difficult and may require additional training. So this is nice, right? And then we'll finish it off here. If you're a mid to senior level pen tester, this exam will be of moderate difficulty. Okay, that's interesting, right? Let's talk about that. Let's get into that business. So it's saying if you're a beginner, it'll be very difficult. They strongly you need to train. You got to spend some time in the gym, build the technical muscle and skill necessary to be able to pass this exam. It's not going to be a walk in the park. I mean, geez, it's a 5-day exam mimicking a practical pen test. If you haven't done anything even close to like that before, if you haven't played around with tough CTFs or tried to set yourself up to do things like that, it's from what we're seeing, that would be a foolish thing to do, is not prepare for that. It says if you're a junior pen tester, so someone who actually works as a pen tester, they're not the senior, right? They're not the guy or girl out there that's like making the deals and setting the scopes, but you're one of the people on the team, and you perform scans and you do certain things. It says this exam will be difficult and may require additional training. So you still might not be at the right level to be able to be successful in the exam, even if you are a junior pen tester or have that level of skills. Let me put it that way. If you have like a junior level pen tester skills. So if you're a mid to senior pen tester, exam will be of moderate difficulty. So you should, I take that to mean if you take the exam, you're going to find a couple of things to go, oh, how about that's not bad there. This boy trying to make me look bad on TV. I'm going to get in here and do it. So if you've got that higher level of capabilities, you've been working, or you've have those skills of a mid to senior level pen tester, you'll still probably find a couple of twists and turns in there that make you have to think and scratch your head and really dig into your bag of tricks a couple of, maybe not every time, but maybe a couple of times there. That's how I perceive that. I might be wrong. I haven't taken the exam, right? I definitely haven't taken his training. But that's how I perceive that to mean. Your mileage may vary on that. It's very subjective kind of thing. There's no rubric out there for me to look at and read from. So let's go back to the computer screen here. Is the provided training enough to pass? They say it is. That's good. And do you offer any discounts? We like discounts, right? Why pay more when you can pay less? I like it. Yes, they have discounts. We are veteran owned. Thank you for your service. We offer 20% discount to former military as well as first responders. That includes police, EMTs, firefighters, nurse, doctors, etc., regardless of country. Well, how about that? So if you're in France and you're a nurse and you're like, you know what, I want to get into pen testing, well, guess what? You get a 20% discount. That's pretty cool. We extend this discount also to students. So, man, really trying to make the ticket price for this something people can afford. I'm not saying everybody's going to be able to afford this. I'm not saying everybody thinks that this is a small amount of money, but comparatively to the other things, this is very reasonable in my estimation. Let's see here, and you can email them for proof of first responder. So you got to provide some proof, and you're good to go. Is the exam proctored? As it disappears. No, we do not monitor network traffic in the exam and have detected mechanisms in place for cheating. So they are looking for cheaters, right? And that's great, because if they don't, then people will cheat. That's the way it is. That's how it works. People will cheat. That's just the nature, I guess, of some people. And if they're not looking for it, then you got a bunch of paper certs out there, and that makes the certification not as valuable. Now, again, they're new, so they're going to have to build some reputation and build some brand recognition before they're really making a splash. But this is really a great way to do it. The price of entry, the skills that are covered, and the difficulty level of it, and how you deliver the exam, it's all really well, and it should do well as long as everything is as they say it is. Right? At that, you start reading reviews. That's another great thing you should do about stuff like this. Read reviews of people that have actually taken the exam, get their take on what it was like and whether or not it was true to form on what they're saying here on their website. So definitely do that. If you're thinking about going this way, like, oh man, this is super cool, I like everything I'm hearing. Yeah, always, but verify that, what's going on is what's going on. That's just how it is. From what I know of this company and the people that are behind it, I would be pretty. I would be extremely like what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? I would trust that they are doing what they say that they are doing, at least that they mean that they are saying to do this. You know what I mean? Sometimes we can lose things in translation or have different meanings, but that's me getting philosophical. Like, we don't want to go that road. Let's see here. Often printed exam or certifications. They're staying green, right? So in efforts to stay green, we do not offer printed certs, but our certs are in a high quality printable format. So if you want to print it, get buck wild and print away on the nicest printer you can find. Here's some, what do you call them? Reviews, I guess reviews, more like reviews, like an Amazon review, giving it star ratings and everything. The certification exam required performing a penetration test on a vulnerable network that was modeled off of real-world engagements performed by TCM Security. It really challenged me and showed me how much progress I've made over the last year. So I would highly recommend getting this certification when it goes public. So this was a beta tester talking about their experience. It's pretty cool. My personal opinion, training and test quality can stand up to both SANS, GPEN. I didn't even think about SANS, honestly. They're such an expensive organization that a lot of times I just don't think about them because I ain't got that kind of money. Go take a SANS course and, there's that. Let's see, your eLearn Securities ECPPT at a cheaper price. So they're saying GPEN or ECP. Right. This is at a cheaper price. Highly recommend. That's good. I mean, obviously they're not going to put the 1-star reviews on here. That's kind of defeating the purpose. Not that they have any. I don't know. But definitely read all these reviews. I mean, it's something, and then get out there into Reddit or something and see what other people are saying if they've had the chance to take this exam. Start looking at it. I'm super excited about this, though. I think this is great. I think this shows a lot of promise in the certification world. I have my hobby horses and complaints about certifications. They all have their pros and cons. Again, if you've heard me speak in different areas before, I haven't had a chance to talk about it, so we're talking about it now here. But certifications, like I said, they got their pros and cons. Some of those pros are like brand recognition. So you start looking for jobs, you type in the name of the certification, and bing, tons of jobs return. Or you got some of them that are up and coming, even though they might, in your opinion, be better certifications, better exams, more practical, more hands-on, or really tests better than this, or whatever the case may be. But they don't have the brand recognition. Well, then you got no one's looking for that certification in the job postings. So there's definitely pros and cons. Obviously, you got to start somewhere. So this cert is extremely relatively new. I just started seeing this certification probably within the last week or so. And I'm just now able to get in front of the camera and talk to you good folks out there about it. So, but it's super exciting to me. I like this model. To me, this model is the future for certification. I'd love to see this model branch out into other areas of IT, honestly, not just here. And I've actually seen that. I mean, still kind of sticking with the cybersecurity thing with the security blue team where they're doing the BTL1, very hands-on, very practical, great certification there. If you're looking to go that blue team route and really prove those SOC analyst skills, say that 3 times fast, I dare you. So I like that I'm starting to see this move not just be here in the red team offensive type of ethical hacking space, but now into blue team. Awesome. Let's see it go other places as well. I'd love to see this model. You got us memorizing things, and that's great. We need to know stuff. But this is a job that most people do with their hands, right? They do something. They get their hands dirty. They're configuring things. They're clicking stuff. They're typing in the right configuration, firewalls, this, that, and the other. How do I set up this database and things of that nature? Can you imagine you go take a DBA exam, and the exam is, we need you to set up a database. When you're done, let us know, and we'll check it out. I mean, we have seen this historically with things like CCIE, right? Where there's part of that exam that you go to a training facility and they tell you, here's the scenario, good luck, make it work, fix the problems. And you got to do that. So it's not the first time we've seen that, and definitely that's a really tough exam. So why CCIEs are highly coveted. But it's great that we're seeing this in the penetration testing world, starting to see this in the blue team side of things as well. Love to see this become the certification model. Test me on what it is you say you think I need to know, and not just choose all that apply, or which one of these things is not. I hope you caught the not, is not such and such. You know, that's old school way of thinking. It's time to continue and push things forward. So I like to see this kind of stuff. I'm super, like I said, I'm just really excited to see this. And so far I'm a fan of what I've seen. I can't wait to read more reviews, and I'm just gonna have to figure out some time. And I probably won't be able to do it this year unless I get really, really lucky and get some time squared away, because I got other exams I want to take that I've already kind of studied for, and you know, I don't want to let that time go by or let it lapse, that kind of stuff. Plus I have my own full-time job as well, and doing this here with you good folks now, and spending time on social media and mentoring people and all that stuff. So my time is very limited, but I cannot wait to find some good time to take this, because I think this is probably going to be one of my next, maybe not my very next one, but one of my very soon to happen certifications that I'm going to want to take, because I think it's really cool and I want to get that experience. I don't even care if I fail it. I just want to get the experience with the exam, see what that's like. Hey, I get a free retake, right? So if I fail it, no big deal. Figure out where I messed up, come back, try again. That's it. Well, there you go, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. Hopefully you liked this and gave you a little insight into what's going on with, remember, this is TCM-sec.com, TCM Security. This is certifications.tcm-sec.com. I'll put a link down in the description for you good folks out there for the CPEH exam, hot off the presses, brand new hacking certification. If you like this episode, make sure you smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Don't forget to like, share, and comment in the comment section below. So let me know what you think. Are you excited about this? You're like, it's another hacking cert. You know, give me your thoughts and opinions, especially if you've taken it. By all means, put a comment down below. Love to see and hear about your experience with this. So very cool stuff. That said, I'm going to get out of here. I do thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Have a good one.